You know, I have to say, of all the interesting things I've been #blessed to cover when it comes to our president, I never thought the weather would be one of them. I really didn't. But once again, our commander-in-chief meteorologist has contradicted the weather. Trump took his show on the road last night. He hosted a pep rally in Fayetteville, North Carolina, where he claimed aboard Air Force One that people were lined up waiting in the rain to see him, even though it wasn't raining at all.
We have now people standing in line trying to get into the arena, and I will tell you that they are soaking wet because Roy and everybody just walked into the plane, and you folks were wet. There's bad weather out there.
No, they weren't. They were just, if they were wet, they were just sweating because you're the president. And I still don't understand why he would say this, because by all accounts, it was not raining in Fayetteville. And just to make sure of that, we pulled the local weather forecast for Monday, September 9th.
Fayetteville today hitting a high of 92. Now, that is a bit above the average of 86. Morning low also running above average at 74. And also no precipitation reported at the Fayetteville Airport Rain Gauge on Monday.
No precipitation reported, but I tell you, I knew it was only a matter of time before he told us the sky isn't blue. But there's a perfectly simple explanation for why Trump said his supporters in North Carolina were soaking wet when they weren't. He thought he was in Alabama. There's a hurricane there, you know. There's literally nothing he won't BS about. I bet Melania's name isn't even Melania. I bet one day he called her that, and when she tried to correct him, he's like, too late, that's your name. It may not have been raining, but the president was soaking up the love last night. He even gave a special shout-out to the ladies in the crowd.
By the way, I have about like 10 women in the front row, and you come from North Carolina, and they travel all over the place. Hold up your hands. These are great women. I see them so much. And I must say, they have other things to do. They look rich as hell to me. I don't know.
That's why Mother Pence won't let Mike go to the rallies. This was good, too. The president heaped a good deal of praise at the rally on, no, who else, himself. He used all the best words to assure the crowd that he keeps his word.
Every day we're making good on the motto, promises made, promises kept. In fact, we are keeping even more promises by far than we made or than we promised. So many more.
Wait, what? I think we need the chalkboard for this one. Guillermo, please, because sometimes it helps if you see it in writing. All right. Thank you, Guillermo. So the president said, every day we're making good on the motto, promises made, promises kept. Fine. In fact, we're keeping even more promises by far than we made. Or than we promised. So many more. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. He's keeping more promises than he even promised. Oh, Adderall is the best, isn't it? The president had a lot to say last night, so to get a lot of it in, we slowed him down to half speed for tonight's fun in Fayetteville edition of Drunk Donald Trump.
It's a lot, okay? I always have to preface it, because they'll do headlines. Headlines. Trump didn't tell the truth. Oh, they love it. So I've gotten extremely cautious.
He is nothing if not cautious. Now, shockingly, the president's approval rating has taken a tumble. According to new ABC Washington Post poll, Trump's approval rating dropped 6 points. And that was before we found out he invited the Taliban for dinner. The president's approval rating is now down to 38%. Now, watch this, because with just a little bit of effort, he could... I see a path for him. easily boosting that up to 88%. Trump, of course, lashed out at the polls. He called them fake. Everything he doesn't like is fake. The only thing that's real to him is Twitter and Arby's. And as Trump's ratings keep dropping, so does the number of people who work for him. A day after he said he didn't overrule his national security advisors on the subject of that meeting with the Taliban at Camp David, he fired his national security advisor, John Bolton. The president this morning tweeted that Bolton had been fired, but John Bolton had a different story.
The president has just fired his national security advisor. His tweet: I informed John Bolton last night that his services are no longer needed at the White House. And then, of course, we heard from the just fired John Bolton.
I offered to resign last night, and President Trump said, let's talk about it tomorrow.
John Bolton just texted me. Oh. Just now, he's watching.
Can you read it?
He said, let's be clear, I resigned. And I said, do you mind if I say that while you were talking? And he wrote, yes. So John Bolton has just told me, texted me to say I resigned.
Wait, okay. You said, do you mind? He said yes? That's, as long as he minds, I'm sure it's fine. But this is John Bolton. And one of the reasons he was fired or resigned is because he was unable to keep his glasses on his face. So John Bolton is out. He's now the third national security advisor to leave this administration. Trump's only down to 2 candidates now for that position, Sergeant Slaughter and Captain Crunch. So, yesterday, the president's son, DJ Donald Trump Jr., unveiled the Trump family's new line of merch. And, well, hello, handsome. That's Don Jr. in a Trump brand camouflage shirt. That's a new product they have on their website. Some people noticed a stain in the... Do you see the stain? A lot of people said it was here, just under where his chin would be. But that's incorrect. The stain is actually here, right on top of his neck. He had a stain on his shirt. A camouflage shirt covered in grease stains. You have to admit, they know their customers. And by the way, I went through the site, and this is some line they've got going. There's a camouflage keychain, because who doesn't want to make their keys harder to find? They've also got a rustic dog leash for $40 and a rustic dog collar for another $38, which seems like a lot for a dog collar and leash. But as you can see, it fits any size dog at all. And if you give him a good belly rub, they'll be your best friend forever. The best part of this big merchandise announcement is the Trump family still isn't making their crap in America. After all the talk about American-made this and that, they still can't spend the extra $2 to have their garbage made here instead of wherever it's... In fact, the closest they got with this new line, I went through the site, is this: decorated in America. What does that even mean? Here's another: decorated in America. I think, does that mean someone in Florida ironed the patch on? I don't know. But and not only is the junior boy making some cool camo gear, he's surprisingly getting into the toy business, too.
Donald Trump Jr., he's so peculiar, he'll fight for daddy's love.
Hasbro presents G.I. Schmo.
Awesome!
DJ TJ doesn't run, fight, or work, but he comes with cool camouflage clothes and a vanilla latte with plastic straw.
Awesome!
He never served in the military, but he fights for freedom his own way. On Twitter. G.I. Schmo comes with a spray-on beard, a pile of daddy's money, and a helicopter to shoot elephants from.
He killed my little pony.
An action hero, he's not a zero. This son is #1.
G.I. Schmo, American, made in China.
Wow, that's... they make the best stuff like that. If you like that video, then put a ring on it. Click the subscribe button below.